this video, you're going to see Rufus and Bubbles playing. And the more that I watched it, the more that I thought this was a great opportunity to explain dog body language, specifically with Rufus and how well he reads other dogs and his body language that he uses to try and reassure other dogs that he's not a threat. And in this situation, he was just trying to get her to play. So what you're going to see is me explaining Rufus's body language, but then you'll see Bubbles being kind of stiff. Her hackles are up, and so that's where I just monitored this situation to make sure that she didn't try and escalate it, because I know Rufus won't. That's kind of a side note of really getting to know your own dog. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and let's dive on in. Okay, so I came back from a walk and Rufus was all excited, and here you see him tail wagging, and he's going to start to run around and immediately do like a very small play bow. And then he runs back and forth. And so what you're seeing is him constantly moving and avoiding direct eye contact. So Bubbles is kind of moving slowly compared to how she does with Rooster, because she was definitely unsure of the situation. And so while she kept trying to kind of freeze up, you'll see him keep moving back and forth. The other thing right here, you see how he looks away. So she's trying to kind of make direct eye contact and be right in his face, and he's refusing to do that. The next thing you see is him turning his body sideways. And so that's, again, a very non-threatening approach. There you see Rooster just being obnoxious. The other thing I want to point out is this shake. So when dogs do this, depending on the situation and in play, it's a calming signal. So this is him trying to reassure Bubbles, hey, I just want to play, trying to have a good time, like, let's be calm. Again, no eye contact, no eye contact. And then here he is like, okay, we're going to move. I'm not just going to stand here and freeze. Again, even with Rooster trying to speed up the process. So he actually finally gave up. He could tell she wasn't sure about it, so he went and laid down and just kept to himself, which is so amazing. Like, that's what makes Rufus awesome. And what that did is it gave Bubbles a chance to approach him when he was laying down and not so kind of overpowering because of his size. And they actually played for a little bit. I just didn't catch the whole thing on video. So what I want us to take away from this, specifically as humans, is how we approach dogs. And so remember that kind of sideways body language, giving a dog your side instead of coming on direct. And I cannot drill this into people enough. I'm sure most of you know this, but it seems to be not known in the general public. Do not make eye contact, direct eye contact with any animal, whether it's a cat, a dog, a horse. All of that stuff is so threatening. And then people wonder why a friendly dog suddenly goes ballistic because they're being stared at right in the eyes. I had that happen with Trevor's dog, Aya. Like, Aya doesn't have an issue with people at all. And then something happened with my neighbor when we were, just passing by on the sidewalk, and, I stopped to talk to her, and the first thing she does is kind of do that direct, straight on body language, bend over, and then stare her right in the eyes, and I just backed up and started barking like crazy. It made her so nervous. The other thing I want you to remember from this video is kind of that moving back and forth. So when dogs first meet, after they've had a chance to do like a pack walk together or something like that, I want you to keep things moving. Never let them get into a corner and kind of seize up. Like, keep encouraging them to move around, and that really helps not let things escalate. The other thing, if your dog isn't like a Rufus who can really recognize, okay, my play partner really doesn't want to play and will back off, that's where you need to advocate for, in this situation, Bubbles, and step in and really just, end the play session until they're more comfortable around each other. So I hope this helps, and I hope to keep doing more of these as I catch more things on video that are really obvious and easy to describe to you as far as body language. Until then, have fun with your dogs and have a great week.